So can you make money with AI and Pinterest in 2025? $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month? The answer is absolutely yes. And I finally have enough data, enough growth, enough evidence to show you exactly what is working and how to scale that to meet your desired income. I am not only doing blogging on Pinterest, I also I have 3 six-figure income streams all in the digital marketing space. So I don't spend a lot of time on Pinterest, and I've still been able to achieve, it's tracking about $1,000 a month now. Do I think it could be 2,000, 3,000, 10,000? 100%. I really, really do. There's other people doing it, but just based on scalability. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm not doing a whole lot of blogs. And I can tell you that this is 100% scalable. But let me show you what I'm doing and how it really is valuable. A lot of people are going to go, "Oh, she's using AI. We don't like AI on here." Let me just tell you what, the reason people don't like AI is because they feel like there's a bait and switch. They feel like it's fake. It's untested. It's yada yada. It's a whole bunch of reasons. So I have really spent a lot of time on the AI process, figuring out how to create valuable content for the user, for Pinterest, and still give us the ability to use AI. Okay. I pulled back on Pinterest because I thought, their pushback on AI was so hard. I thought it really wasn't going to go anywhere. So I kind of took my foot off the gas pedal, put a little pin in it for a few months. And then it just kept making money and it just kept growing. And I'm like, okay, I got to get back to it because it is working. Okay. Now, are there other ways that you could make much, 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 much more money? Sure. You want to go do product reviews. I teach TikTok Shop affiliate and Amazon influencer, but this is just one of the buckets. It's one of the things that I enjoy working on that makes money. It's worth putting a little time into, and I really enjoy it. So those are the keys for me. All right. This pin here I created this morning. The article I wrote is about mid-century modern boho. That's the decor. What I'm finding on my site, and I'm about to show you in just a second exactly what's working. What I'm finding is home decor and crafts are my 2 big ones, like how to make or DIY, how to host a craft night party, all of those things. These are my 2 big ones. So that's kind of where my effort goes. If I dabble in other spaces, that's exactly what it is. It's just, oh, let me try this. But these 2 are the anchors. These are the 2 that are building the account: home decor and crafts. Other people will do recipes, and I'm dabbling with fashion and things like that. But these are the drivers. Okay. Now let me show you what is actually working here. I'm going to go to my analytics. This is crazy what I'm about to show you. Absolutely insane. I'm going to go to, hold on, where's my brain at? Where's my analytics? Okay. Watch this. Okay. If you're watching another Pinterest user show you how to do Pinterest, and they're not focused on outbound clicks, I would be careful about what you're following. Okay. Let me tell you the difference. How do you make money on Pinterest? Well, you're either making money by they're clicking through to an affiliate link, or they're clicking through to your blog. If they're clicking through to your blog, how are you making money? With affiliate links, with ad revenue, primarily. You might also have digital products. You might have brand sponsorships, but those are the primary ways that Pinterest users are making money if they don't have their own items to sell. All right. So if you're looking at, I want to see the pins that are actually driving traffic to my website, which is the most important metric for money. I'll get to the other metric in a minute. For money, you got to drop this down and go to outbound clicks. This is your money. Okay. I can't stress that enough. This is the most important thing, is they're clicking through. Okay. So I have an outlier that is number 1 right now, and that is this boho outfit. Okay. And I'll show you that is actually just an image that's inside the blog. When I talk about all the boho outfits, I put images of the boho outfits. That's the number 1 driver of this of that, of everything right now for outbound clicks. Okay. It's not the one I'm making the most money on though, because the RPM on that page is lower, which is interesting. But look at what all these other ones have in common. Okay. Large text in a rectangle, 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 large text in a rectangle. These are traditional Pinterest style pins, and they still 100% work. So whether you're using Canva templates or somebody else's templates, or you're making these with AI like I do, that is still the number one image out of all the images I've tested that is driving outbound clicks. They rank higher. They have SEO in the keywords, SEO in the title. It's just a really good combination. So if I were to tell a new person following me today what kind of pins to create for your overall article, I would say make it a traditional style Canva looking pin with a large text overlay centered on the pin. This one's pretty close. It's just little separate bars, but it's still big text on the screen, big text on the screen. Okay. These ones, text on the screen, big text on the screen, big text on the screen. Whether it's a circle or a rectangle, you get the point. Look at that. All of them. You can't unsee this. I don't know if I haven't seen anybody else talk about this, but look, I think it's because I have such an analytical, I spot patterns because of my experience. And I'm like, whoa, look at that. Because I have so many pins that don't look like that. But these are the ones that are showing up that way. Okay, so that's the outbound clicks. Now you might say to me, all right, if that is the type of pin that generates the most interest, then why are you putting Pinterest style pin images in the middle of your blog, which I do every time? So each one of these images I create with AI, and they are pinned on Pinterest. Well, I'll tell you why. One, they help build a board. So if I have a board that I want Pinterest users to be inspired, if they're looking for mid-century modern decor ideas or boho ideas or mid-century boho ideas, I would have boards that are all kind of cohesive, that have all of these pins so that they can kind of scan through the board and they would look at these images. Now, I don't really know if people are really using Pinterest in that manner anymore, but it also helps the board health that, okay, she has a board that is all about mid-century modern, and that's going to help build kind of the, cause and correlation. All I'm telling you is based on what I'm looking at, kind of helps the board, build the board. And then that could pass down to the pins on the board as well. Although I really think we're kind of in a day and age with Pinterest where individual pins really stand on their own. Same with, everything, TikTok videos and YouTube videos and whatnot. They don't quite need the same building around them that they once did. Even Google and SEO used to build clusters. I don't know how much the clusters are important anymore, I should say. But what I will say is this: if we go back to Pinterest and we look at, instead of outbound clicks, we look at impressions, engagement, saves, pin clicks. Those are all the things that are not clicks, but they have something else. We'll see something different. So impressions is just how many times your pin crossed somebody's feed. Doesn't mean they clicked on it. Doesn't mean they asked for it. It was shown. I would just say impressions are how many times that pin was shown, not engaged with. You'll see something different. Yes, we have the boho outfit. Look at this, a garland, bohemian rug, whimsical, totally different things start popping up. And you know what these are? These are the actual images that are within the blog. Now, you're going to say, well, if we don't get outbound clicks on those and they don't click through to our website where we make money, why bother? Because it's still a value signal to Pinterest that you have a healthy account, that you have a valuable account. People are let's look at the engagements. So go down here to engagements. People are engaging with your pins. They're commenting, they're sharing, they're whatever. So what do we have here? That garland. So it's these ones here, but these are not generating all those outbound clicks. what happens is people will see a cool picture and they'll just pin it. That's an engagement. They'll just pin it to their wall for inspiration or something, or they'll share it. That's an engagement. But that doesn't mean they want to read your blog. It doesn't mean they want to buy that item, right? So it has value, but it's not where you make your money. So for me, I'm doing both. I do the combination. And every now and then, and when we look at this boho one right on the top, you will get some outliers. You'll get something that pops out there. This one here does really well for me. This easy to sew bags. That's not the main image of the blog. It's just the pin. Here's what the pin looks like. See? No text, nothing else. Look at this. Lots of, and that is my number one money maker. So you'll have some outliers, but you absolutely have to focus on a couple things. Your topic, how you create the article, and your images, which I'll show you in a second. And then making your overall pin to drive traffic. Okay. So here's what it looks like. Go over to pin clicks. Now I'm going to put all the links to the software in the description below. If you like this style of teaching, I do have a coaching program and I put a link in there for you. I teach everybody how to make money online with content channels like Pinterest, your blog, YouTube, TikTok shop, Amazon influencer, all of those things, how to build an ebook business. So it's how to make money online, basically. And then I have a couple really cool Pinterest ebooks you got to grab, and I will have those linked below. Now, let's just say you're going to take Lori's advice, my advice, and say, okay, Lori said home decor and crafts. Home decor and crafts are her number one. Now, does that mean that'll be your number one? No, it doesn't. Those are popular, but so are food recipes, and so are birthday parties, and so are fashion and beauty and lots of other things. But no matter what content I'm building, I've been building content channels since AOL said you've got mail, or even actually before that, because before the internet, I was building content channels. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for the cream that rises to the top. Something will. You're going to throw spaghetti at the wall. You're going to write a whole bunch of stuff and you're going to see what sticks. And then you're going to double down right there. You're going to put all your effort in there. So let's pretend you're going to do home decor. Well, come up here and type something in like decor. Let's just use the word decor. Okay, because we know home decor, but that could be all kinds of things. So we'll type in decor. Now, based on search volume, we've got kind of some ideas. Christmas decor, home decor, room decor, living room decor, home decor ideas, bedroom decor. These are all pretty generic. Why? Because those are the broad term. They're top level. We're going to drill down. DIY room decor. That's pretty cool. TV unit decor. Ooh, I like that one. I haven't done that one yet. Wall decor, small living room, aesthetic, fall decor, cozy home, dream house, coffee table decor. I haven't done that one yet either. That is so cool. Let's look at that one. I haven't done that one yet. That would strike me as very interesting. So I'm going to click that one. Coffee table decor. Okay, now look at this. Now we're getting related interests. How to style a coffee table centerpieces, square coffee table styling, DIY coffee table. So basically it's showing us that we could drill this down, or we could spin this off, or we could include those all in one article. There's all kinds of ways. But here's how I do it. The very first thing I do is I sort by saves and I go, what's the most popular? This one right here. What is it? It's just a stack of trays, coffee table. So I'm looking at the woven coffee table tray, coffee table styling rattan tray on coffee table. Okay, so this tells me there could be some affiliate opportunity, right, for these trays, since those are getting such a popular view. What's the next one? Creative coffee table designs, pins. It's interesting. There's not a whole lot of blogs. Here's one, 21 smart coffee table styling ideas by Jennifer Orth. Okay, she did a good job. All right, so here's what I would do. Let's just pretend I'm going to do this article. I'm going to go over to my blog, my website. I'm going to go to new and I'm going to go to post and I'm going to create a new article. Now in the description below, I will put for you my theme, because you guys always ask me my WordPress theme. And if you need a WordPress website, I'm going to give you the info to my brothers, Jeff and Paul. They build these WordPress websites. You can tell them I want a website like Lori has, and they'll whip that up for you. Okay, so right here, I'm going to open Harpa. Harpa is a Chrome extension, and it looks very geeky, but once you set it up, it actually works with your AI tool. I'm using ChatGPT, and then it's page aware, which means it will help you with whatever's on whatever your browser is open to. It's huge. It's just such a game changer. So right here, I'm going to ask Harpa, I'm going to say, I want to write a blog about coffee table. What was the exact keyword? Coffee table decor. I'm going to go back. I'm going to write a blog about coffee table decor. Give me 10 influencer style title ideas. Okay, so it's thinking. Now, it's connected to my ChatGPT, so it knows my tone of voice. That's going to be incredibly helpful. The more you talk to ChatGPT, the more go on a walk, tell it stories. When ChatGPT talks back to me, I always tell it, like, stop giving me run-on sentences. I need you to be more direct. Don't give me bullet-pointed lists, yada, yada, yada. And the more you do that, the more it learns you and your style, and then your writing style will be like you. That's going to make it so much less generic and more helpful, and you're going to love it. Okay, this $30 tray made my coffee table look custom. The 5-item formula every style coffee table needs. Ooh, I really like that one. This one switch took my living room from blah to Pinterest. Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to say, can you combine number 3 with the word coffee table decor and make it second person? So I'm going to, instead of telling it like my story, I'm going to turn it into, here's how you can do it, since I don't have personal experience doing the coffee table. Stop overthinking your coffee table decor. This is what actually works. I love it. I'm going with it. That's my tone of voice. I'm not saying that's how I talk. That's me for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to say, great. Give me the outline for this. A very helpful outline. Always start with an outline. If you ask for an outline and it has to build off the outline, your blog's always going to be better, more in depth, unless have given it some kind of incredible prompting. Whoops, I did something wrong. Give me the outline in blog format. There we go. Oh, now it's just writing the article. Don't write the article. Give me the article outline. It's not always going to get it right on the first time. There we go. This is what I want. So first section is going to be your intro. Second section is going to be create a base, use the 3-item formula, shop your own home first, keep it functional, swap by season. Okay, now let's write the intro and section number 1 in my tone of voice. And I also like this little influencer style. Add that to things. It's something I discovered recently that's going to help you get a more influencer style article or YouTube title or Pinterest pin or whatever. So now let's write the intro and section 1 in my tone of voice, influencer style. Okay, now watch this. This is why you don't just let it write it one and done. We would have the most generic 400-word blog post if I didn't direct it. Okay, so look at the intro. Let's be real. Most of us are doing way too much with our coffee tables. You've got candles you never light, stacks of books no one ever reads, and a bowl of something that looked better in your head. Oh, that's so good. Been there. The truth, coffee table decor isn't about impressing Pinterest. It's about anchoring your space with just enough intention that it feels styled without trying so hard. Jeez, that's me. That is me through and through. This is why you got to train ChatGPT by talking to it, okay? And this is so much better than a generic AI intro that people see right through. And, you know, now people are saying, oh, you can tell it's AI if there's an M dash. That little dash right there, you could tell it to get rid of those if you don't like them, or you can get rid of them. So I'm going to say, let's be real. But a lot of real writers use M dashes, but it's just something everybody's buzzing about right now. You can just say, do not use dashes or M dashes. You could also save that in the memory so that it just knows not to do it if you don't like them. personally, I like them because I think they're appropriate, but all right. So step one. Okay, now for step one, how can we elaborate and make it more helpful? So basically, you're going to ask ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you're using how to make its own writing more helpful. It's amazing how it works. Okay. Can you make this more helpful? If we get the first section right, then the rest of the blog is easy. So create a base. Okay, then now it's more, okay, what else can we do to make this more valuable to my reader, to the reader? Add a tip, link to examples, visual clarity, budget-friendly options, fix whatever you can, and do it again. Okay, did you take your own tips before you wrote this? It might just be that's about as fancy as we can get with step one. Create a base. All right, we're kind of at a stop on that one. So I'm just going to go with it. And then let me see what it does. Okay, show me step two. And then I'm going to show you how to make the images. I'm going to make that an H2. Okay. Can you make that more helpful? You know what else? It went back to the generic tone of voice. Ooh, much more helpful. Okay, hold on. Start over with step one. Stay in my tone of voice and influencer style. So sometimes as you're prompting, it will forget where it started. Now this is very generic. Look at this. To get your coffee table looking style without overthinking it, start with a solid base. Choose something like a tray, a stack of books. That's so boring. So I'm going to delete that. Now let's see what it gave me. Step one, let's cut to the chase. If you want your coffee table to look style without putting in hours of effort, start with a solid base. This is the foundation of everything and it makes all the difference. You don't need to complicate things, a tray, a stack of books. Okay, a tray is always a win. It's that type of change in the tone. Okay, make this more helpful. Oh, a little better. Okay. Now do number two. All right, then I'm going to show you how to make the image for each one. Use the 3-item rule. Now that you've got a solid base, it's time to add some life to your coffee table. But here's the trick. Yep, that's still my tone of voice. Height, visual interest. Okay. Now, what I would do to finish the blog is I would just have it keep going one section at a time. If you just let it write the whole blog, it's going to be short and brief and not very good. So this is the way I personally like to do it, okay? Now watch how I make this image. This one here is going to freak your brain out. It's unbelievable how good AI has gotten and how easy it is to do without prompting. Watch what I do. I take this whole paragraph. Now, I'm not sure. Does that say coffee table? I hope it does. And I'm going to copy the paragraph. I'm going to go over to Ideogram. I'm going to paste in, and I'm going to go to 9:16. Ideogram, I put a link in the description below. What did I put in there? Pin clicks, Ideogram, Tailwind. These are Harpa. These are the tools that I use in my business. Okay, so now we're styling a coffee table. Ooh, that looks good, except for the book is repeating. Ooh, that's nice. A little simple. I don't know. I feel like they're too simple. Oh, I gave it paragraph 2 instead of paragraph 1. Let me give it the first one. 1. This works really well on the home decor ones like blue bedrooms, boho. When you get more detailed, you have to play with it just a little bit more. Oh, that's good. See, that's pretty. That's so simple. Now, see how the book is gibberish though? Sometimes you have to go back and tell it. Let's just go with that one. That one's nice and simple. I'm going to go to download, JPEG, coffee table vase. Now, what I will do is sometimes I'll just put some real simple images. And then if this blog starts taking off, if this article starts taking off, I will go back and play with more share-worthy, inspirational. The truth is, we don't always know what's going to take off. Like the boho outfit right now that is trending for me is probably the last one on that page I thought was going to be trending, because I'm not 25. You know, I don't know what they necessarily like anymore. And so if that's a Gen Z thing or even a millennial thing, it might be different than what I think a good boho outfit would be. So don't sell yourself. Don't try to critique these images so much by saying, "Oh, that's not what I would do." Right? You gotta think beyond that. Okay, so you saw what I just did. So I would create one of those images all the way down. Okay. Now, after the blog is done, I would do something like this. I'm going to go up to Harpa and I'm going to ask it to create for me a Canvas style Pinterest pin. Or my other prompt, in case you buy my prompt pack, it's called Pinterest Pin Idea. That'll do it too. I have a couple that'll, basically all we're asking it to do is give us an image idea for Pinterest based on this blog and make sure that the title is large centered on the front of the article. Something like that. Okay, that one's not working. Let me go back to this one. Pinterest idea. It's not that my prompt isn't working. It's that the tool is trying to run some special software. Okay, flat Pinterest title, effortless coffee table styling tips you need to know. Ugh, influencer style. I don't want an ugly old generic title on my pin. Pinterest title, effortless coffee table. No, use the title from the blog. I like this. Stop overthinking your coffee table decor. This is what actually works. Okay, there it goes. Okay, now let's see if it puts the text large in the middle. We might have to revise it if not. Let's see what it does. We don't need the Pinterest title and description in there. My prompt actually also creates a Pinterest title and description so that you could take it straight over to Pinterest. But we don't need those at this very moment. We're just making an image. So remember, each section's written first. Then you create the image based, oh, that's good. And then you make one overall pin. That's the concept. That's it. This is so repeatable, right? Do the keyword research, write the article paragraph, do the outline first, write the article paragraph by paragraph, create the image. Now this image doesn't work. There's a typo. How about this one? Stop overthinking your coffee table decor. This is what actually works. I don't like the books. Oh, that one I like. Stop overthinking your coffee table decor. This is what actually works. That'll work. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go download, and I'm going to save this one as the coffee table pin. Okay. So then you get this article done. You go over to Pinterest. You're going to go to create a pin. You're going to browse for the pin, and you're going to use the Pinterest title and description it gave you. But then after this whole article is done, the other thing I do is I open Tailwind, which is a Pinterest scheduling tool. You'll see the link in the description below. And I schedule each image in the blog to go out about a week apart. So this one, based on the outline, I'm going to say that was probably going to be like, that one might have only been 5 images. But you know what I could do? I could come up with a whole bunch of cool Pinterest. I could play now. Ooh, how fun would this be? Go back over here. Go back to the home page. Coffee table design. Literally, you could make like a lookbook. Or you could make a slideshow. Or you could make whatever off of a whole bunch of AI coffee table design. You can take this wherever you want, is my point. Right now, we have it kind of just the basics. But we could play around with this. Now, instead of coffee table design, make it boho coffee table design and watch how it changes. That's almost a spin-off blog then, isn't it? 10 coffee table designs based on the home decor, you know? Or it could just be boho coffee table designs and you got 10 different, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love where I'm going with where my head just went. That is amazing. Okay, that I'm going to put in there for sure. Anyway, you're getting the ideas. But of course, here we're saying go with a rule of 3 in your article. So you would have to tell the image prompt only 3 items. You know, you'd have to feed it a little bit more than that so that it stays on topic if you're going to stick with a specific theme. Anyway, that's what I do. This is what's working. This is making money. I hope you're as excited about it as I am. I'm Lori Ballen. Thank you so much for joining me today.